Well, good evening and thank you for joining us for Wfin South Carolina's independent news as we are continuing to follow our snow and ice totals and all of that. Just have. We finally got our system to work. We had to do it on our Mac this time, so it really wasn't working, but now we're up and running. We don't have as many graphics as we did on the previous thing, dude. We just haven't had any. We just don't have any of the ones we did. But until then, thanks for joining us. That is definitely something to know. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Let's dive right in tonight as we are experiencing a impact tonight. Um, yeah, here's the latest look from Live Supernopera 2 HD. 41 in Greenville, 36 Greer. Good evening to those in Anderson. You are feeling, or Spartanburg, excuse me, about 36. So wherever you go across the upstate, gonna feel that same kind of thing. So we are in that alert mode. We got a little bit new updated graphic, just a little bit. So now you do know that, hey, it's an impact. Well, right now we know the latest from the Department of Transportation from South Carolina DOT. Let's find out what we can know now about what they're doing in their efforts. We do know that video we cannot get the audio in. We're very sorry about that. But other than that, that is a look. They are salting the roads, which is a plus, but make sure that you stay out of the way of all of that. When they come through, they come through and they basically get the roads ready and brine them all and all that stuff. So we ask that you stay out of the way of those crews. When they start working, they start working anytime. We don't really know when they kind of start a couple days out and all that stuff. So make sure you get out of the way of those guys, which is amazing what they do. But here's a look right now that we know from WIFF News 4, which is here in Greenville. I don't think this one will have audio either. Some things are funny. Some things don't have audio, which doesn't really make sense to me. But hey, let's give you a look right now. This is the latest from WIFF News 4. Not DOT. Keep playing the wrong one. Let's give you a look at For Your Health. We do know that, or they are letting you know that how the latest food safety warnings, they make sure that you check all the labels, especially if you lose power, to make sure that you are not eating any foods that have been left out for several days, that they consider that a big no-no. Um, They also say that if it is like a freezer burned or whatever the case may be, that you just don't mess with it. You throw it out. Um, but please just, like we said, use those resources as um how it could definitely impact for sure many. I mean, if you get on this system of, hey, I'm gonna eat this food, I'm gonna do this stuff, well, it may turn out to be something bad for you. So definitely don't be doing all that. And they also warn you for meats and cheeses if they've been out on without no power. Let's for say that you don't have power and your meat's just sitting out and it's super cold in your house. Just go ahead and throw it out. It will grow mold, so that makes sure if you have had any poisoning, once this is over, you contact your doctor. But they also warn that some of our upstate or our main number 911 may not be available, and they also are saying that it may not be available due to issues with our lines being out and also the amount of calls that they take in from you. So to make sure that you know not to kind of get into that four-factor of, hey, I need to call 911 every time. They actually do have a non-emergency line with the Greenville County Sheriff's Office, and we are going to get that to you. But um, we all we okay. So we're taking a look right now at Live Super Opera 2 HDR area wide. We're looking pretty nice, right? Just you know, our normal, right? Can't get any nicer when we have snow gonna fall very soon. We really don't know when, right? But we're all hands on deck to be watching this. Um, we are going to be broadcasting probably tonight, early morning hours, watching this ice snowfall. But if we do see any, of course, we will let you know if you cannot make it. If you can't make it, we'll of course have it in the YouTube shorts and all of that. Here's a look at the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. That's their non-emergency number. They ask you to call 864-271-5210. That is for general non-emergency. If you have any traffic concerns, of course, we will give you that number as well. We're going to give you the traffic concern number if you need that traffic concern number for anything related to traffic, maybe a utility pole or something wrong with a line. Um that is for the traffic concern, and they ask you, that is the traffic concern, or excuse me, as we got our lower third spelled wrong. That is the concern number only. They do ask. That is for the county for any issues like congestion, speeding, and other control matters for call Southern Command. They also use when to use 911, of course. Um, they do ask, of course, that they ask you to use 911, but that is also for life-threatening emergencies. Greenville County says that um, during the midst of this storm coming through our area in the next couple of days, that you stay prepared. Not only that, if you have a generator, make sure you don't use that generator inside. That is a big no-no. They ask that you do not obviously run a generator inside. That is not a very good thing. But we also want to let you know that the worst of all of this, um Aldi puts on something special, right? Aldi puts their limits on meat, or not even something special at all, something unspecial. We do know that Aldi puts a limit on their meat and eggs, bread. McAllister's ask for help. We do know that this is an issue as they're putting a limit, but some people need these. We do know that Aldi Market, located on 3034 Wade Hampton Boulevard in Greenville, has posted multiple signs throughout its store limiting concerns. We do know that this is following breaking news after it's limiting customers to purchasing only two of those same items, including meat, breads, and cheeses, or excuse me, meat, breads, and eggs. They also, the store wants down to its final loaves of bread or sandwich bread and tissue paper, but had bagels and bakery treats well stocked as of 1:15 p.m. Milk was stocked, but eggs were down too to their last frozen. This is from the Greenville News, but they obviously say that if you are in desperate need of food, you can reach out to any kind of Facebook group to get kind of highlights on, hey, where can I get this? I'm having major issues, but we do know right now, also still following this breaking news, after several school districts in our upstate have posted their closings and delays for the upcoming week. We know that Abbeville County School District has made Monday morning e-learning schedule We also do know that um we also do know that Greenville County Schools has also said no school on Monday. That is an e-learning day. Graham County Schools also, weather permitting, so they will probably have an e-learning day as well. The Oconee County School District says that e-learning day for Monday morning as well. That is in Walhalla. Pickens County also giving an e-learning day, and Transylvania County. Once we get our website up this evening, you will be able to find the full list there, but until then, we will try to get a list coming up in just a few minutes of all of these schools, about all of their closings and delays. Most of it is e-learning days for most of those students, but either way, we will be, of course, giving you the all we know regarding this. But until then, we do know that if your district is on this list that we are about to have up here, then that means there will be e-learning or inclement weather options, including that, of course, e-learning. Pickens County also stating, or excuse me, but if your school is on this list, we do, or your county, we urge you to know that that is the latest for their e-learning, and all of those are e-learning. So it does not say e-learning, but those are the e-learning counties as of right now. I think Lawrence is also on this list. We don't have that posted there, but it's Greenville County Schools. Excuse me, as we haven't um have an issue there. Oh, excuse me, Graham County Schools, Greenville County Schools, that is in, of course, Greenville, Oconee County Schools, and Walhalla, and a couple more you can see on your screen. That is the latest of all of the closings and delays. Um, you can take a look right now. That of course is the e-learning schedule. We are still, of course, learning the rest of these schools, but this is the latest from those e-learning, of course, those e-learning lists from Greenville County Schools to Graham, Oconee, Pickens, Transylvania counties. Those are all under e-learning on Monday. But of course, we're also following breaking news after after man was identified after an assault of a 15-year-old in downtown Greenville. Yeah, we start right now with breaking news just into our studio after, according to police, this happened on January 17th at North Main Street and Coffee Street. There is an image, but will not be displayed here. Actually, excuse me, there is an image that is now displayed on your screen. If you happen to know this man, they urge you to call 911, or if you recognize the individual or have any information, contact the Greenville Police Department at 864-271-533, or to remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers at 864-23-CRIME. That image will still be on your screen, or of course, if you know you are to contact Greenville County, um, that is Greenville County Sheriff's Office, but all we know that there was an assault on a 15-year-old in downtown. We do not know any more information, but you can stay with us to learn more. And a sheriff in the upstate tries to ease community concerns after a couple in their 70s were found dead. We do know this happened in Oconee County, South Carolina, where the sheriff says a couple in their 70s were found dead in their home. Family member called 911 on the 15th, not being able to contact Larry Moore and Sandra Moore. We later found out they tragically died. You can stay up to date with this story and more. Well, thank you for watching this little news info tonight. We urge you to continue to follow us all evening long as we do our snow watch, our live snow watch, watching it come down. But thank you for watching all the latest. So make sure you like and subscribe, and we